they're obviously a really good team. And, loved how we came out. And, thought the first half offensively we were really good. Obviously Alexander's tough to handle when he gets going. When JJ got into foul trouble, there was a stretch there where we had a really hard time getting stops, but we kept our composure and extended, got the lead back to double digits, and then obviously at the end of the game we held on. So it was, like I said, it's a good win and a home win.
Coach, obviously JJ had an amazing game today. We all know how athletic he is. Are there any other aspects of his game that you've seen thus far this season that you're really, really impressed with that he's improving thus far?
Well, whether you want to call it playmaking or facilitating, I think he's getting more and more comfortable, and our team is getting more comfortable with him having the ball in his hands, whether it's transition or in situations tonight where they were coming to double team and trying to impact our guards. He's capable of making plays and making plays for other people as well, which is something that I think he's, you've seen him do that, in practice settings, but I think his comfort and his confidence, doing those things in a game, against a good team, that's something that's unique to him with his size and his athleticism, as you mentioned. The other thing, we want to continue to use him defensively in various matchups, and he's learning to do that as well, learning to play out on the floor more, guard the ball more, and that's tough. Sometimes it puts him in some situations, but he didn't really foul when he was guarding the ball. He had some help situations, and those were tough situations. Some tough calls. I'm not saying he didn't foul, but they don't know what kind of advantage was gained. We just have to be more disciplined in those situations, and he does, obviously, because we need him.
Trent played 14 minutes, was out there for the final play. What did you see from him in this game?
Well, we had a lot of confidence in Trent, and he really knows who he is as a player. We felt, along with JJ, that Trent was a good matchup. Where we had, the opportunity to, during various rotation situations, we needed a matchup on Shea, and Trent was able to, to defend without fouling, and then on the offensive end, he's capable of getting in the lane and making plays. He's got a lot of poise in the lane. He made his floater a couple times, and I think our coaching staff and his teammates as well, have a lot of confidence in him. And we've had a number of guys like that, whether it's Patty or Wes, Garrison, Trent, guys that have come in different times for different matchups, different reasons, different games, and for those guys to be able to produce like that when they're called on has been really, really good for our team. And as I said, they're all different. Tonight was a night that we felt like Trent could give us something unique, and he did.
During the break, during the third quarter, how pleased were you with the guys for not losing focus or momentum?
It was good. I think when we have some empty possessions offensively, and they were able to convert, I felt like we did a really good job early getting back in transition, and then there were a number of situations where we either gave up open looks or gave up the rim, right away early in possession, and don't give ourselves a chance to guard. So I thought we corrected that. Would like to correct it more, but enough where we were able to make some shots and re-extend the lead. So we did a good job of keeping our poise in those situations.
Coach, JJ has talked in depth about his dad always pushing him when he was young to now to just throwing it down. He loves to dunk. But I'm curious, what are your thoughts when you see him throw some of those slams down tonight?
They're efficient, He doesn't need to lay it in unless he has to. And I think his balance, as he's attacking the rim, is unique. You know, I thought there were a couple of times tonight when he couldn't get all the way, and he did a great job of staying under control and finishing over the top of somebody. So, you know, guys have a lot of confidence in whether it's transition or in the half court to make the right play. And dunking is a good play.
I know you talked over here, and you talked a little bit after the game in DC about how it didn't really follow the same form as the previous struggles late in the game. And tonight was kind of more like that, where you were holding on.
Mm-hmm.
What do you kind of attribute that whole sequence to at the very end, where obviously you got out there with a win, but it wasn't the cleanest?
Well, I think when you're ahead, and if a team gets you on your heels, you know, in JJ's case, there was a couple times he didn't want to foul. If that is the case with any of us, when someone's got their head down and they're going full speed in transition, you can't guard them one-on-one, and we just have to, you know, shift to the point where they see bodies and don't allow them to get through those gaps. And you know, when you in that time when you have a lead, you know, the offense is just in full-blown attack mode, and it takes more. You know, more urgency, even if you score, to get back. There were a few times, you know, we hit a shot and then they're back and they scored, you know, 6-7 seconds. And those possessions are tough. Tonight we did enough offensively to give a cushion. Some of that will happen to a degree, but, you know, we've got to do a better job. You know, we did a great job at the end of the half. You know, and that mindset, I think, just, it's a collective focus that you have to have.